Most people fail at self-control because they let their emotions decide for them. If you want to master ruthless focus and unshakable discipline like Ayanokoji, here's exactly how to build that mindset. Part 1. Chapter 1. Control what you react to. The quickest way to lose control is reacting to everything. Most people respond instantly to insults, bad news, or distractions. That's emotional weakness disguised as personality. Ayanokoji doesn't react on impulse. He pauses, observes, and responds only when it serves him. Your job is to train the same habit. When something triggers you, catch yourself before you move. Notice the urge to snap, defend, or panic. Then don't act. Let the moment pass without a reaction. People will test you. They'll bait you to get a rise out of you. Ignore it. Watch how uncomfortable they get when you stay calm. Most conflict dies when it isn't fed. Control over reaction, and you control outcomes. Ayanokoji uses this to stay untouchable. Start small. Let minor annoyances pass. Then train it in harder situations. It's a mental muscle you build. The more you control reactions, the sharper your judgment gets. Never let emotions pick your next move. That's how weak players lose the game. Chapter 2. Master your internal dialogue. Your thoughts control your emotions. Most people's inner voice is chaos. They overthink, panic, or catastrophize situations. Ayanokoji's mind is quiet, sharp, and strategic. He doesn't let random thoughts run his decisions. You have to build that same mental discipline. When your mind spirals, catch the thought. Label it as either useful or useless. If it's useless, discard it immediately. If it's useful, act on it. Don't let your brain ramble about imagined problems. Worrying about things you can't control is wasted energy. Ayanokoji spends zero time on hypotheticals that don't affect his strategy. When your mind runs wild, pause and ask, is this helpful right now? Or is this noise? You'll realize most of it's noise. Silence your mind on purpose. Focus only on facts and decisions. That's where emotional control is born. No random mental loops. No wasted headspace. Control your inner voice, or it'll control you. And once it controls you, manipulators do too. Chapter 3. Detach from validation. One reason people lose emotional control is craving approval. They need to be liked, praised, or noticed. Manipulators exploit that need every time. Ayanokoji operates detached from validation. He doesn't care if people admire or hate him. His actions serve his goals, not his image. You need to train the same detachment. When you realize most opinions are irrelevant, pressure disappears. Stop chasing reactions from people who don't affect your mission. Their applause means nothing. Their criticism means nothing. The only thing that matters is whether your move works. Every time you get distracted by what others think, you lose focus. Practice not responding to compliments or insults. Stay emotionally neutral when praised or attacked. Ayanokoji doesn't flex when complimented. He doesn't flinch when insulted. That's real control. Detach from approval. Detach from image. The world respects people who don't beg for it. Chapter 4. Stay ruthlessly outcome-focused. Most people get lost in the moment. They let emotions hijack long-term goals. Ayanokoji never forgets what he's playing for. Every move he makes, every word he says, serves a bigger outcome. You need to operate the same way. Before you act, ask ye, does this move serve my goal or my ego? Most people choose ego without realizing it. They pick short-term satisfaction over long-term strategy. That's emotional weakness. Be the person who chooses the goal every time. Even if it hurts, even if it's boring, even if no one sees it. Ayanokoji doesn't move for applause. He moves for results. Practice detaching from momentary wins. Delay gratification ruthlessly. prioritize positioning over attention. It makes you unpredictable and untouchable. Your control tightens when your moves are always strategic. Outcomes over optics. Every time. Chapter 5. Use emotional responses as data. Here's the truth. Emotions aren't weaknesses. They're information. Ayanokoji uses his emotional reactions to gather intel about himself. When something triggers you, it reveals a vulnerability. When someone makes you angry, it shows what you value. When you feel fear, it reveals what you're attached to. Instead of reacting blindly, analyze the response. Why did this comment bother you? Why does this situation make you anxious? Ayanokoji turns emotions into leverage. When you see your triggers, you see where you're weak. And when you see where you're weak, you can fix it. Use emotions as a map, not a steering wheel. Let them point to the problem, but never let them drive. The more you track emotional reactions, the more control you get. People become predictable when they don't. You'll notice others telegraph their weaknesses in every conversation. Ayanokoji watches emotions carefully. His and theirs. It's one of his sharpest weapons. Make it one of yours. Chapter 6. Train silence as a weapon. Silence makes most people uncomfortable. They feel the need to fill every quiet moment with words. That's emotional insecurity. Ayanokoji uses silence to control conversations. He knows people reveal their true selves when you leave space. When you pause before responding, others fill the silence with extra information. They get nervous. They start over-explaining, backtracking, or exposing intentions. Your job is to get comfortable in those moments. Count to 3 before answering anything important. Let others squirm while you stay calm. Ayanokoji lets people reveal themselves through silence. And in strategy, what's unsaid is always louder than what's spoken. The quieter you get, the more you hear. Master silence, and you master control. Practice this daily. In conversations, at meetings, with friends. When tension rises, stay still. The loudest person loses control. The quiet one controls the room. Chapter 7. Ruthlessly cut distractions. Focus is a weapon, and most people can't hold it for 5 minutes. Ayanokoji's edge comes from ruthless focus. He's not multitasking, doom scrolling, or chasing dopamine hits. He locks in on what matters and ignores everything else. You need to build that discipline. Identify your biggest daily distractions. Social media. Pointless group chats. Useless tasks you pretend are important. Kill them. Delete apps you don't need. Mute conversations that don't serve you. Ayanokoji never wastes mental energy on irrelevant nonsense. You shouldn't either. Set timers for deep work. Leave your phone in another room. Say no to things that steal focus without moving you closer to your goal. Focus isn't about ability. It's about choice, and most people are too weak to choose. You won't be. Chapter 8. Think in probabilities, not absolutes. Most people make decisions emotionally because they believe outcomes are guaranteed. Ayanokoji makes choices based on probability. Nothing is certain. Everything's a calculated risk. When you think in probabilities, emotions shrink. You stop attaching feelings to outcomes. You look at odds, not hopes. Example: instead of "this plan will work," think, "this plan has a 70% success rate." If it fails, you expected the risk. No emotional collapse. No panic. Ayanokoji plays the long game by stacking small percentage wins. That's why he always stays calm. He doesn't gamble on certainty. He bets on odds. You need to rewire your thinking the same way. Detach from expectations. Focus on increasing your advantage, not guaranteeing outcomes. It'll make you sharper, faster, and harder to rattle. Chapter 9. Emotionally disconnect from loss. Most people crumble when things go wrong. They treat every setback as personal failure. Ayanokoji treats loss like a chess piece taken. Inconvenient, but expected. When you play high-level games, pieces fall. The weak panic, the strong recalculate. Every loss is data. It tells you what needs fixing. It reveals what you missed. Detach emotionally from failure. When something blows up, ask, why did this happen? And why me? Ayanokoji never sulks. He study-apts. He moves. Emotionally weak people linger on problems. Disciplined minds move straight to the next play. Loss is part of strategy, and strategy is emotionless. Practice this on small things daily. Soon, big losses won't break you. They'll sharpen you. Chapter 10. Build a mental kill switch. Ayanokoji's deadliest weapon is total emotional shutdown on command. When things get dangerous, he flips a mental switch. No fear, no hesitation, no second guessing. You need one too. A moment where you override emotion and move tactically. Decide ahead of time what that trigger is. A word, a breathing pattern, a hand gesture. When you hit it, emotion stops. Only facts, moves, and outcomes remain. Practice this in controlled situations. During workouts, arguments, stress. Train yourself to snap into detached execution mode. Ayanokoji uses this when the stakes are highest. It's why he stays composed when others break. And that's what makes him elite. Build your kill switch. That's how you take control. Final thoughts. Most people aren't emotionally weak because they're born that way. They're weak because no one taught them how to build control. You now have Ayanokoji's blueprint. Control your reactions. Manage your thoughts. Detach from validation. Stay outcome focused. Use emotions as data. Master silence. Eliminate distractions. Think in probabilities. Detach from loss. Build your kill switch. It won't happen overnight, but it happens through daily, ruthless practice. And the moment you get it, you'll notice how slow, sloppy, and reactive everyone else is. That's your edge. Use it. Part 2. Most people fail at building real strength because they chase aesthetics instead of function. If you want to develop silent, tactical power like Ayanokoji, here's how he do it, and how you can too. Chapter 1. Train for function, not show. Most guys in the gym train for how muscles look. Ayanokoji trains for what his body can do. He builds strength to win, escape, or dominate in any physical situation. Your training needs to serve a purpose beyond flexing. Start with compound, full body movements. Deadlifts, pull-ups, squats, dips, and rows. These exercises mimic real movements. They build usable power, not just size. Forget chasing isolated arm pumps. Train your grip, core, and legs twice as hard as your chest. Those are the muscles that save you in real fights or high-pressure moments. Ayanokoji could move quietly, climb, sprint, and strike with precision, because he built functional, tactical strength. Your goal is to create a body built for control, speed, and damage, not for likes. Pick movements that demand full control under pressure. Master bodyweight exercises before you chase heavy lifts. Function first, aesthetics second. The body of a killer isn't built for show. It's built for results. And when you train that way, aesthetics follow naturally. Chapter 2. Prioritize relative strength. Absolute strength is how much you can lift. Relative strength is how strong you are for your size. Ayanokoji masters relative strength. That's why he moves like a ghost and hits like a hammer. You need to train your bodyweight strength first. Master push-ups, dips, pull-ups, pistol squats, and hanging leg raises. If you can't control your own body, you don't deserve to move weights yet. Relative strength builds balance, control, and agility. It makes you dangerous at any size. A 180-pound guy who can dead hang for 2 minutes and crank out 20 strict pull-ups is a threat. And he can move fast without sacrificing strength. Ayanokoji would dominate in this category. Test yourself often. How many perfect push-ups can you hit? How long can you hold a plank? Can you do a strict pistol squat without falling? If not, start there. Body weight mastery makes every other movement easier. It also protects your joints and prevents injuries. Relative strength isn't flashy, but it makes you untouchable. Own it. Chapter 3. Build tactical endurance. Strength without stamina is useless. Ayanokoji didn't just overpower opponents. He outlasted them. He could sprint, fight, climb, and stay sharp under fatigue. Your training needs to push your lungs and heart as hard as your muscles. Start with interval training. Sprints, hill runs, burpees, or kettlebell swings. Short bursts of all-out effort, followed by brief recovery. This mimics real combat pacing. It builds resilience when your heart's pounding and your body's burning. Run stairs. Shadow box with light weights. Do circuits with pull-ups, dips, and planks under time pressure. Mix high-intensity training with steady, silent endurance work. Long walks, hiking with a weighted pack, and long swims. Ayanokoji wouldn't gas out in a fight or a chase. Neither should you. Endurance makes you dangerous after others quit. Conditioning isn't about looking shredded. It's about surviving when others can't breathe. Make stamina a priority. It's the silent advantage no one sees coming. Chapter 4. Strengthen your grip and core. The two most underrated strength assets are your grip and core. Ayanokoji could hang, climb, hold, and strike without hesitation. His grip strength and core control made him untouchable. You need to train both daily. Hang from a pull-up bar for time. Use fat grips or towels to increase the challenge. Farmers' carries build grip, traps, and mental toughness in one move. Sledgehammer swings train rotational strength and wrist control. Now your core. Forget endless crunches. Train planks, hanging leg raises, Russian twists, and weighted carries. Focus on anti-rotation work, resisting being twisted, pushed, or bent. That's the real test of core strength. The stronger your grip, the better your lifts, strikes, and control over others. The stronger your core, the less you get hurt. Ayanokoji's silent strength came from these overlooked areas. Most people skip them, which is why most people are weak. Don't be most people. Chapter 5. Move quietly, move intentionally. Ayanokoji doesn't stumble, stump, or fumble through space. He moves like a predator. Quiet, efficient, and precise. Train to move that way. Practice controlling your footsteps. Walk without your heels slamming the ground. Practice light footwork drills. Shadowbox barefoot on grass or mat surfaces. Learn to pivot, shift, and sidestep without telegraphing it. Most people are clumsy because they never train footwork. Your movement is the foundation of everything else. Ayanokoji moved silently because he trained deliberately. Start moving with purpose. Notice how your shoulders, hips, and feet align. Tighten your posture when you walk into rooms. Control your breathing when you enter a crowded space. Every step should be measured. This builds balance, confidence, and situational awareness. The deadliest men are the ones you don't hear coming. Become that person. Chapter 6. Train explosive power. Strength is one thing. Explosive strength is another. Ayanokoji could deliver fast, precise, devastating force. You need to develop power that turns on instantly. Focus on jump training. Box jumps, broad jumps, and split lunge jumps. Train explosive push-ups and medicine ball slams. Use kettlebell swings and snatches for hip-driven speed. Limit reps. Focus on maximum force with perfect form. Short, intense sets build fast, twitch muscle fibers. That's where your speed lies. Never let your training get slow and lazy. Even heavy lifts should move with intent. Lift light weights fast as part of your warm-ups. And explosive sprints after strength training. Ayanokoji would never rely on brute force alone. He hits with speed and precision. Your explosive training makes you dangerous up close. Master it, and you'll move like a loaded spring, not a clunky weightlifter. Chapter 7. Stay lean and mobile. Ayanokoji's strength isn't bulky. It's efficient. Most people chase size without understanding mobility. A strong, stiff body is a liability. You need to stay lean, quick, and agile. Keep your body fat low through clean eating and conditioning. Don't chase bloated muscle mass. Stretch daily. Use dynamic warm-ups before training. Focus on hips, shoulders, and ankles. They're the first places tightness steals your speed. Add basic yoga flows or mobility drills to your week. Ayanokoji could sprint, climb, strike, and evade without hesitation, because his body was ready for anything. Bulky egos gas out and pull hamstrings. Lean, mobile, tactical athletes win. Your size should serve your speed, not sacrifice it. Stay light, stay sharp. Chapter 8. Master Recovery Discipline. Ayanokoji doesn't waste energy. He recovers fast and trains smart. You need to treat recovery like training. Sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Your nervous system needs it to stay sharp. Stretch before bed to stay loose. Use ice baths or cold showers to kill inflammation. Walk or swim on rest days to flush soreness. Limit alcohol and sugar. They kill your endurance and recovery. Eat clean, unprocessed, high-protein meals. Hydrate like a machine. Track your recovery metrics. Resting heart rate, sleep hours, mood. If you don't recover, you don't improve. Ayanokoji isn't reckless. He maintains his weapon. Treat your body like it matters. Not like a junk car you're lucky still runs. Your recovery discipline is a weapon. Use it. Chapter 9. Train alone, then with purpose. Most people rely on hype, training partners, and loud playlists. Ayanokoji would train in silence. He built strength without validation or applause. You need to build solo discipline first. Train alone often. Test your focus when no one's watching. Then, when you train with others, make it strategic. Choose people who challenge your pace and expose your weaknesses, not those who waste time talking between sets. Ayanokoji didn't train for attention. He trained for outcomes. Make your training space a sacred place. No distractions. No phones. No spectators. Your edge sharpens in solitude, and when you enter a room, people will feel it. Chapter 10. Build pain tolerance. Ayanokoji's greatest physical weapon isn't muscle. It's pain tolerance. He stays calm under pressure and discomfort. You need to build that same edge. Finish sets when your muscles burn. Hold planks longer than you think you can. Take cold showers when you don't want to. Run sprints when your lungs scream to stop. Ayanokoji's body obeys his mind. Yours will too if you train it. The one who controls pain controls the outcome. Most people fold at discomfort. You'll stay standing. Pain is feedback, not defeat. Learn to hear it without quitting. The strongest man isn't the biggest. It's the one who endures longest. Final thoughts. Ayanokoji built a body that serves strategy, not ego. You now know how to train the same way. Function over flex. Relative strength over size. Endurance over aesthetics. Grip and core first. Silent movement. Explosive power. Lean mobility. Disciplined recovery. Solitude training. And pain tolerance. This isn't for casual lifters or weekend warriors. It's for people serious about control, discipline, and silent dominance. Train like you're preparing for war no one else sees. Because Ayanokoji always is. Part 3. Most people fail at influence because they think it's about talking more. If you want to control people and situations without a word, here's how Ayanokoji would do it. And how you can too. Chapter 1. Master presence before words. Influence starts the second you enter a room. Most people ruin their presence by speaking too soon. Ayanokoji lets his presence do the work first. Your posture, eye contact, and pace set the tone. Stand tall with your shoulders back. Move slowly, never rushed. Look people in the eye, then break contact first. Say nothing until it's necessary. People notice who isn't desperate to speak. The silent one owns the room. It creates mystery, tension, and curiosity. And humans are drawn to what they don't understand. Master how you carry yourself. Most people chase attention with words. Ayanokoji commands attention by doing less. Slow movements signal control. Unblinking eye contact unsettles people. Neutral expressions show calm power. Practice walking into rooms quietly. Own your space without fidgeting or fake smiles. Control attention before you even open your mouth. Most influence is nonverbal, and Ayanokoji masters it better than anyone. Chapter 2. Control conversations by controlling pace. Fast talkers have no power. They're rushing to be heard. Ayanokoji controls conversations by slowing them down. You need to manage the pace of every exchange. Speak slower than the other person. Leave intentional pauses before you answer. Let people fill silence with extra words. It makes them nervous and sloppy. Slow pacing makes your words heavier. It forces others to lean in, and it signals you aren't desperate to be understood. Ayanokoji lets others over-explain while he says less. This exposes their intentions. Control the tempo of your speech like a weapon. When tension rises, speak softer. When someone's nervous, pause longer. It rattles them. Own the speed of every conversation you enter. It makes you unpredictable and dominant without force. Practice this daily. Slow speech equals control. Fast speech equals fear. Be the quiet one they lean toward. Chapter 3. Use selective eye contact. Eye contact isn't about staring people down. It's about choosing when and how you look. Ayanokoji makes brief, calculated eye contact, long enough to assert presence. Then he looks away on his terms. You need to master this. Hold eye contact when you enter a conversation. When someone challenges you, meet their gaze calmly, but never compete for dominance. Look away slowly, like you don't need their validation. That moment breaks people more than aggression. It signals confidence without effort. Use eye contact to establish control, not chase it. Lock eyes during key points, then disengage. People will feel it, and they'll adjust to your rhythm. Ayanokoji watches how others react to eye contact. It exposes fear, arrogance, or insecurity. Use it as a read. Then decide whether to press or back off. Eye contact isn't about staring. It's about timing. Master that, and you'll control people silently. Chapter 4. Say less, watch more. The more you talk, the more you reveal. Ayanokoji speaks only when it serves a purpose. You need to say less and watch more. When people ramble, they expose weaknesses. Listen for contradictions, insecurities, and subtle changes in tone. Most people talk themselves into bad positions. You just have to stay quiet long enough. Ask sharp, open-ended questions. Then let them fill the silence. Ayanokoji lets people unravel themselves. Practice being the observer in every conversation. Notice facial expressions, micro-reactions, and body language. Look for when people shift in their seat. When their eyes dart or voices rise. That's when the truth leaks out. And you never had to say a thing. People reveal more when you aren't reacting. Stay neutral, stay silent, and stay sharp. This makes you a ghost in the room with all the leverage. Learn to watch without jumping in. It's influence through patience. Chapter 5. Control what you react to. Reactions give away power. Ayanokoji never lets people see what gets to him. You need to control every visible reaction. When someone insults you, stay neutral. When a situation turns chaotic, remain calm. This unsettles people. It makes them doubt their leverage. The one who shows the least emotion holds control. Reactions tell people where to push you. Ayanokoji leaves no weak spots. Practice this by catching micro reactions. The twitch of your eyebrow, the tension in your jaw, the slight head shake. Kill them. Neutral face. Steady breathing, unchanged posture. No visible reaction equals no advantage for them. People get uncomfortable when they can't read you. That's how you control situations without words. You remove their ability to predict you. And without predictability, they hesitate. And hesitation gives you time to move first. Chapter 6. Use indirect influence. Ayanokoji rarely gives direct commands. He makes people think it was their idea. That's elite influence. You need to master indirect suggestions. Instead of saying, "Do this," ask, "What do you think about doing this?" Lead them toward the outcome you want. Let them fill in the blanks. People resist orders but embrace their own ideas. Seed thoughts into conversations casually. Drop a key phrase, then let them repeat it later. Ayanokoji lets people believe they chose the move. It reduces resistance and increases control. Indirect influence works in groups too. Compliment someone's reasoning in front of others. Now their idea becomes the group's plan, and you didn't have to claim credit. It's silent control, and no one sees it happening. Practice redirecting conversations without obvious steering. It's how power moves in high-stakes rooms. Chapter 7. Make others invest emotionally. The easiest way to control someone is getting them emotionally invested. Ayanokoji makes people feel connected before pulling away. You need to build that same tactic. Ask personal questions. Listen carefully and mirror their energy. Get them talking about their past, values, and fears. People bond with those who understand them. Once they open up, reduce your availability. Become slightly distant. People chase what pulls away. It builds tension and curiosity. Ayanokoji uses this to create attachment without commitment. You're not chasing them. You're making them chase your presence. People obey those they don't want to lose. Make them invest, then withdraw. It's psychological leverage. And it's brutally effective in negotiations, relationships, and social hierarchies. Make yourself scarce when you have their attention. It multiplies your value silently. Chapter 8. Set the emotional tone. Rooms take on the energy of their most composed person. Ayanokoji sets emotional tone by staying controlled. If you stay calm, others adjust to your rhythm. You need to control your energy before controlling others. Walk in calm, speak steady, and never fidget. It slows the room down. People unconsciously mirror tension or relaxation. If you're anxious, they'll feel it. If you're composed, they'll settle. Ayanokoji uses this in every scene he enters. He makes Kos feel manageable by staying emotionally flat. You can too. Start by controlling your breathing before walking into tense situations. Speak half as often as others. Move slower when they move fast. It shifts the dynamic. You become the anchor, and anchors control the storm without words. Chapter 9. Build mystery, not visibility. The more people know about you, the less power you have. Ayanokoji reveals only what he chooses. You need to make privacy your strategy. Stop oversharing online or in conversations. Let people guess where you are, what you want, or what you're thinking. Mystery makes you dangerous. It forces others to fill in the blanks, and their assumptions are always less accurate than facts. Ayanokoji uses minimal exposure to stay unpredictable. When people don't know your next move, they hesitate. When they hesitate, you win. Keep your opinions, emotions, and strategies quiet. Speak vaguely about your plans. Answer questions with more questions. Silence sharpens your influence. Mystery turns average people into legends. Become someone who's known but never understood. Chapter 10. Always control the frame. The frame is the lens through which a situation is viewed. Whoever controls it controls the room. Ayanokoji subtly redefines every interaction to favor him. You need to manage how situations are perceived. If someone frames you as weak, ignore it and demonstrate control. If a situation seems chaotic, act like it's normal. People follow the one who looks least affected. Ayanokoji never lets others set the terms. Control the narrative through calm statements, confident posture, and neutral reactions. When someone insults you, frame it as harmless noise. When they challenge you, frame it as harmless curiosity. By redefining situations, you rob others of power. This isn't about lying. It's about choosing how moments are experienced. The one who frames the story controls the outcome. And if you do it right, you'll win before anyone notices the game started. Final thoughts. Most people never learn how to influence without words. They rely on volume, attention, and validation. Ayanokoji built silent power through presence, patience, and precise control. Now you know how to do it too. Master your presence. Control conversations by controlling pace. Use selective eye contact. Say less, watch more. Control your reactions. Use indirect influence. Make people invest emotionally. Set the emotional tone. Stay mysterious. And always control the frame. This is how you control people and situations without a word. Subtle, tactical, and untraceable. Be elite. Stay elite.